Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kirk Eller, and I am a training coordinator here at CalVet and the CalTAP unit. On behalf of CalVet and the entire CalTAP team, I want to thank you all for joining us this afternoon for our West Hills College and Lemoore Employment Services and Opportunities webinar. We're very happy to be here, and we're going to provide you with some great information on employment services available to you and your dependents that are if you have any. Right now, I'd like to give you a little overview. I am a Marine Corps veteran. I served 4 years in the Marine Corps from 1986 to 1990 as a helicopter crew chief. And I am very passionate about providing information about veteran services on what your benefits are. So I hope you get a lot out of this. First off, I'd like to start with a little bit of housekeeping. We have a chat function in the Zoom if you're not familiar with it. You should have received an email packet that included the Veteran Resource Book, as well as a link map and a chat function information on how to use the chat. If you have any questions during this webinar, you can use the chat function and send your questions to the CalTAP questions. And we will be providing a Q&A at the end of this webinar to answer any of those questions and address anything that you may have concerns or questions about. So I'd like to move forward now with our presentation. Here's an information on the chat. This is just some show you how to do the chat function on there. I apologize. So I'd like to go over the California benefits and an overview of what CalTAP is. And with that, the CalTAP program, it was actually designed to inform and connect veterans of all eras what their earned federal and state benefits are. And we provide continued support and assistance as your needs change over time. And we do that through 4 pathways. One is the core curriculum, the education pathway, employment, entrepreneurship. And there's also a service providers pathway that connects businesses and industries that want to work together with service providers. So if you search CalVet online and go to the Google and put in CalVet, you'll see calvet.ca.gov, which is our website. And we find that here that's highlighted in the circle. And this will take you to our homepage. And from the homepage, you can access a variety of information and links on housing, home loans, healthcare, employment, and education. So at the bottom of the page, you'll see a link for our publications and our resource book. So if you want information on how to download, and we've also provided a link in the chat of our veteran resource book. So if you didn't get that in the email packet, if maybe it was too large, Danielle has provided the resource book in the chat. You can download it from there as well. Under the Publications tab at the bottom of our webpage, you can download it as well. So if you have your phone and you want to dial into CalVet, you can download the resource book right onto your phone, which is a huge, huge benefit to you. If you're out and about and you need to find some information, have it on your phone and you can look it up immediately. This is what our resource book looks like. And then if you access, oops, let me go back to that. So this is just a publication of what our resource book is. Back on our homepage, if you click on the CalTAP page, you can see that CalTAP provides information on our 4 pathways, and including the service providers pathway. And each one of those links will give you information on various pathways that you may be interested in. You can navigate those on your own and look at what those pathways offer. Today we're going to focus on the employment pathway, and our speakers are going to go into more detail on that. So how can you use CalTAP online? So from our homepage on the core curriculum, this will give you a basic overview of what your California benefits are. The modules that are provided here offer different information on healthcare, protecting your benefits, claims and compensation, including maybe citizenship or discharge upgrades. So these modules are self-paced, and you can access those and learn that information specific that you may be requesting. But for this module, we're going to cover the California benefits under the overview and give you specifically what your California benefits are as a veteran. Click on that link, it'll take you to the benefits overview page. And this is what the digital version of that overview looks like on the California benefits. So exactly what are my California benefits? It's easy to sit here and tell you have benefits, but what are they? So in the book, it starts on page 13 in chapter 1 of your California benefits. And online, the electronic version, your California benefit module 5. The first one that is the most popular, we get this one all the time, is the college tuition fee waiver. This college fee waiver is for dependents, and this waives tuition and fees at any state-funded school, whether it's a UC, CSU, or a community college. And this benefit saves veterans over $35 million a year. Depending upon your service-connected disability, you would need to have a service-connected disability of 0 to 100% from the VA in order for your dependents to be eligible for this fee waiver. Another program that we have is the DMV program. This is also very popular. Veterans put veteran designation on their driver's license. This is a great way to display your veteran if you were going to go somewhere and didn't want to have a second identification. It was all incorporated on your driver's license. Say you were at Home Depot and you wanted to prove that you were a veteran and get a discount, it would be designated on your driver's license. We also have honoring veterans license plates, and these license plates are a variety of different license plates. You can have them specific to a unit that you were attached to, or you can just have them saying honoring veterans, or perhaps a Purple Heart recipient or a campaign. Another program that we have is a motor vehicle registration fee waiver to certain service-connected disabled veterans. They may be eligible to have the registration fees waived through the DMV. And to find out more information on the driver's license and any other DMV related issues, go to the veteran driver's license link right on the middle of our homepage, and you can read up on all of those benefits. Other familiar activities are the outdoor activities. Hunting and fishing licenses are very popular, and they offer reduced annual fees for fishing and hunting license for disabled veterans, as well as the state park pass. This is a no-cost use for all basic state park systems operated facilities that include camping and day use. There's tax programs that are benefits to disabled veterans for property tax exemption. You would want to contact your local county tax assessor's office to find out exactly what benefit you may be eligible for your specific county. There are also business license and tax and fee exemptions. Also, check with your local county as to where your business is located. There's a Disabled Veteran Business Enterprise Program, and there's some benefits to registering this if you have a small business. It enables you to have contract capabilities with the state of California and other departments, and you would get a bidding benefit from trying to contract with state agencies for doing business with your small business. Calvet Home Loans is also another popular benefit. It's very popular. They offer very great rates for financing for home loans, and it's very competitive interest rates with low money down or no down. You may be eligible to utilize it with your federal VA benefit as well. I would highly recommend that you contact the Home Loans Division here at our headquarters if you have any information or any request on purchasing a home and financing it through Calvet. Calvet also has women veterans. Women veterans provide information, advocacy, and outreach and support to California women veterans. They also partner with the California Women Veterans Leadership Council, and this also has a roster that you can sign up for statewide as women veterans, where you can learn information on upcoming events, and you can also attend the Women's Veterans Reception annually. The California Minority Veterans website also provides advocacy and outreach and support to California minority veterans, and they also help with unnaturalized veterans citizenship and naturalization services. This is what the homepage for minority veterans looks like, and they also have a roster that you can sign up for any upcoming events. Calvet also operates 8 home loans for veterans throughout the state of California for long-term care. This long-term care offers medical, dental, and pharmaceutical and rehabilitation, as well as social activities. There's 8 locations from Chula Vista up to Redding and Barstow out to Yountville. So they're all over the state, and they take care of our veterans as they age and need long-term care. The 3 state cemeteries that we offer are the Central Coast Cemetery in Seaside, the northern one up in Redding, and the Yountville Cemetery. The Yountville Cemetery is attached to near the Yountville home, and to be eligible for burial there, you have to be a resident of the Yountville Veterans Home. Cemetery and burials, our website has information regarding state and national cemeteries, as well as any burial benefits that you may be eligible for. And there are also links to pre-need eligibility if you would like to select a national cemetery or a state cemetery in advance. Other common websites that we have that you may be familiar with, obviously a big one is the va.gov. This is where a lot of your benefits are going to co-link with CalVet, and you want to have access to any disability claims or records upgrades or healthcare. If you claim on disability, how to file a claim, as well as your upgrading your records or getting lost records, and also with healthcare. So any one of these benefits that you may be interested in, if you click on these links, it's going to take you to the e-benefits page where you can register and create an account. And once you create an account through e-benefits, you can be eligible, or you will be able to monitor and manage your benefits on a variety of ways, whether it's healthcare or compensation or education. You can also sign up for the VA My Health eVet, which is a great website that you can make appointments, send messages to your doctors, access your health records, upload health records and documents, as well as your pharmacy if you have any prescriptions. You can order them also. So this is our information, our 800 number and our email address, as well as my name and my email address. If you have any questions regarding what your California benefits are, please don't hesitate to contact me or anybody in the CalTAP unit. We would be more than happy to give you more information on those California benefits. And now I'd like to turn it over to Annette, and she is our link coordinator, and she's going to give you some information on exactly what she does.
Hi, everyone. My name's Annette Walliver. I'm the local interagency network coordinator, and that's a mouthful. So we go by link. Actually, we're field reps for the state of California, each in our designated areas reporting to Sacramento. Next slide, please. So as you can see on the map, that the CalVet has divided the state into 8 regions, and each of these regions is color coordinated and has a coordinating link. I'm the one in the middle. I'm the Central Valley link in purple. I cover Stanislaus and Kern counties, representing about 144,000 veterans. And we links work very closely with federal, state, county, and local agencies and veteran service organizations so that we become subject matter experts with the resources in our communities to assist our veterans. We work with veterans, current military and prior military service veterans and their family members. We work very closely with the county veteran service offices to ensure that veterans are aware of the benefits to them regarding healthcare, housing, employment, and education. And we support the mission of outreach, of like locating, educating, assessing, and actually referring veterans to the resources that they need. Next page, please. So we provide outreach to the service members and their families by working with collaboratives in the community, by doing outreach or inreach, as we're calling it now, by attending those meetings, giving them updates on the events that are happening in the communities, as well as new and current resources that are available to them. We assist in local emergencies. We found out recently with the Creek Fire that there will be 2 centers that will be open, LACs, which are local assistance centers, assisting evacuees. I may be deployed to one of those regions, but I will be assisting either with media or telecommuting with them talking to them via social media, getting their questions answered, whether it's they need to replace paperwork, they need food and shelter, replacement of clothes, or if they have a CalVet home loan, I can assist them with the paperwork so they can get going on replacing what they've lost. We also currently, because the headquarters office is telecommuting, all the individuals that are calling the 1-800 number in Sacramento, well, those calls are being fielded to us links. And it doesn't matter if I receive a call from Klamath Falls or Orange County. By knowing my federal and state resources, working with the communities, and also contacting my counterpart, the link in that region, we're able to find the resources they need and assist them with any issues that they may have at that time. And we also provide leadership and advocacy to local communities by making sure they're current on all the benefits, making sure they have the current Veterans Resource Book, educating them on how to use the CalVet website, which has the most current information on benefits and service for veterans. Next slide, please. So my mission is to get veterans connected to their benefits, and I'm kind of the poster child for that. I'm a United States Army veteran. I served from 1975 to 1978. I used my GI Bill to get my education and my VA home loan, but I wasn't aware until 11 years ago some of the other benefits that were available to me. Employment and training. The Employment Development Department has dedicated staff that work only with veterans to assist them with training and unemployment issues, or employment issues, shall I say. And we will have Representative Kyle Pennington who will be talking more about that. And these EDD offices are located in the America's Job Centers of California. These job centers, you can find them on careeronestop.org. You can get their location. Also, you can see if there is an EDD vet rep at that location. They can assist you with filing for unemployment. They have the computers. Their lobbies are closed at this point, but if you call and make an appointment, you might be able to go and use their job board, do job searching on their computers, update your resume. And if you're unemployed, they can also advise you about a training that might be available to you at no cost that you can take while you are collecting your unemployment benefits. California state benefits is what CalVet, that's what we're all about for you. We're aware of the federal benefits. Many of us are veterans that have used those. And it's the county veteran service offices in each of the counties, 56 of the 58 counties, that are actually the boots on the ground. They are the administrators of the benefits. Their lobbies are currently closed. They're telecommuting. They're picking up their emails and their messages on a daily basis. So you can still get your usual activities completed through them, whether it's DMV forms, filing for compensation and claim, getting a status on your claim, or college tuition fee waiver, which is probably a lot of the paperwork that they do as well. Healthcare. This is something we don't want to ignore during this time. So if you need health care, you can contact your local VA medical center or CBOC clinic. And once again, there's the VA medical center and the vet center. They're only seeing urgent and critical care patients. Most of their appointments they're doing via telehealth, which I've had several recently, and it's a really great way to go. But if you call them, you can see if you're eligible, or you can go online for your eligibility. So make sure you get in contact with these centers, and to me, it's the best quality of care I've ever received in my life at VA. Next slide, please. So this is my contact information. Please contact me if you have any questions via email or phone. I have a state phone I keep with me at all times. I answer it all, even in the car. So I want to get you connected to your benefits, and I want to say thank you for your service, and thank you for letting me speak to you today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Annette. We appreciate everything you do down there in the Fresno area. And now I'd like to turn it over to Damon for Work for Warriors. He's going to give you some information on what they do.
Hello, everyone. My name is Damon Oliver with Work for Warriors. We are a veteran employment facility that help out veterans who need jobs. It's all free. We are funded by the state, and we help We cater to obviously veterans of all all service members, their families, dependents, friends, everyone. We do not discriminate. We help out everyone. We love what we do, and that is our mission. Next slide, please. So, like I said, we are a direct placement facility that helps out. The process works when you come and you meet me. We go over what your short-term goals are, what your long-term goals are. We take a look at your resume. If you need some help on your resume, we have someone who can help out on your resume. We go interview prep, making sure that you are headed in the right direction where you want to go being a successful veteran. Next slide. The service we provide, and I just mentioned that, another one, the highlight here is we have organizations that we work with that help out with the guard cards. We also have organizations that we help out, that helps out with your forklift certificates. And for me, if anyone else here that know of a job fair and want me to come out and speak, and that's what we do, and we have no problem doing it. Next slide. And then for the service we provide for employers, we build that relationship, and you tell us the jobs that you have, free advertising. We have a job board with over 1,500 jobs on there. We have 7,000 veterans that actually that's registered with our job board. They give us feedback, let us know what jobs are good, what jobs are not good, and hiring events at any time, and workshops as well. Next slide. And then I'm just going to kind of walk you through when you go to my website, and the website is workforwarriors.org, workforwarriors.org. And like I said, we have over 1,500 jobs on there, and not just any jobs. The way it works is I can't just go put a job on there. I have to go and build a relationship with that client. I have to know what that client is looking for, and that lets me be a better asset to a veteran who's looking for that job, because I know what that client is looking for, and I can be able to connect that veteran and that employer together. Next slide. And and like I showed you, like I said before, the amount of jobs, you go in there, you can sort by location, or you can sort by skill set. You put that in, you put a search, and jobs populate up. Next slide. And these are some examples of some of the jobs that we have on there. Again, we build our relationship with that organization. You punch that job, you click that job. Once you click that job, the job description comes up, and then it tells you exactly what the client is looking for. And once that happens, you like it, you reach out to me, and we'll talk more about it, and we'll link you up with that employer. Next slide. And basically, I was telling you where you can put that job description. You see the job description. Another thing about it, once you put your resume on there, or you put your email address, the unique thing about this system is when we have other jobs that populate in your skill set, then you automatically will be emailed letting you know that a new job popped up with your skill set in your location. Next slide. Next slide. These are some of the companies that we are affiliated with and that we build our relationship. Again, we love how we operate and building that relationship, knowing that hiring manager that's actually putting the job on there, that we can come and tell that veteran, hey, this is what they are looking for, this is what they want. And then based off of that, we'll tweak your resume a little bit and making sure that them keywords are in that resume, that your job, your actual resume can get looked at. Next slide. And these are just as you navigate through the actual website, the workforwarriors.org website, these are some of what you will see on there. And it's just basically showing the job description and some of the employers that we work with. Next slide. I want to thank you for all you do and all you have done as a veteran. I appreciated being a veteran myself. You know, we are here for you. We love our job. I love my job. And anytime you want to reach out to me, this is actual to my main base. I want to give you my phone number. You can personally call me at any time, and I will give you my time, and we can go forward on what you need to do to get to the place where you want to get. My number is 562-453-8107. And for whatever reason you didn't get that, you can call my headquarters, tell them you're looking for me, Damon Oliver, and they will connect with me. And thank you.
Thank you, Damon. We appreciate everything you do connecting veterans to jobs. We appreciate that very much, and thank you for being on this afternoon.
Roger that, sir. Thank you.
And now I'd like to turn it over to Kyle Pennington from the EDD office, and he's going to give you some information on job-seeking skills and techniques. Kyle, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Thank you, Kyle, for joining us this afternoon, and I will advance the slides at your discretion.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
My name is Kyle Pennington. I'm the local Veterans Employment Representative. I'm geographically located in Fresno, and I service Fresno County, Madera County, and Kings County. So the proper area surrounding Fresno, Madera, Hanford, Lemoore, so on and so forth. I was in the Army for about 15 years. Upon separating from the Army, I used Post 9/11 GI Bill and Chapter 31 vocational rehabilitation to get my master's degrees. So I'm pretty well versed in those programs as well if anybody has any questions. Next slide, please. Annette had touched on it before, but America's Job Centers of California, or AJCCs, are a one-stop location where you could go in for all of your employment needs, so employment and training. So what you'll find there is EDD employees through the state of California, as well as partner employees. And depending on the AJCC that you go into, there will be different partners that will be located there, all of which bring different things to the table. So there's a whole wealth of training opportunities and job preparedness activities and things that you can do there to better your chances to find a job that you may already know about, or do a general search and try to find employment in that manner. Next slide, please. So the learning objectives of this, go ahead to the next one. I use this presentation pretty fluidly through when I do it standalone, so I have learning objectives. You can read through those. I'm not going to insult anybody's intelligence. Long story short, we like to not put a Band-Aid on a problem. We're trying to find people careers, long-lasting careers. So we specialize in finding people jobs with the state of California and the federal government in particular. Not to say that we don't work with the civilian, the private sector. We do. Here in the Central Valley, I interface with thousands of different businesses on a pretty routine basis. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, CalJobs, I'm just going to touch on this real quick. If you don't know what CalJobs is, it's a big job search engine similar to Indeed or Monster or something like that. And it actually pulls information from Monster and Indeed. It's a one-stop place that you can go to as a veteran to search for jobs anywhere in the state of California. They're not just state jobs. There's private industry type stuff and everything in between that you can find here. The cool thing about CalJobs and being a veteran is as a job is uploaded into CalJobs, it's placed on a 24-hour veteran hold for only veterans to see. So if I'm interested in a management position, I could go in and filter the different parameters of what I'm looking for, which industry specifically, through the virtual recruiter tool that's in there. And then when something comes available, I'll get a notification on my smartphone or email saying that there's something available. For 24 hours, it's available for only veterans to apply for. And then after that, it's opened up to everybody else. So it kind of gives veterans a leg up and the ability to apply before everybody else. Next slide, please. CalCareers is where you go to find state employment. So if you want a job with, say, the DMV or any of the state service offices, the EDD, there's a whole bunch of them out there, unemployment, so on and so forth. This is where you would go to find those types of careers. In Fresno right now, there's about 96 jobs available in Fresno County, and the same in Kings and Madera counties as well. The cool thing about CalCareers and getting a job as a veteran with the state of California is that there's this veterans preference program. And what that does is it gives preference to veterans by putting you in a tier above everybody else when you go to apply for these jobs. CalCareers is a little quirky. It takes a little bit to get used to. We can help you navigate this system though, so don't be intimidated by it once you get in there. That's kind of what we're here for. Next slide. More about the Veterans Preference Program. I would urge everybody to take care of this as soon as possible. Even if you're not interested in a state job right now, you may later on be interested in a state job. The turnaround on this is anywhere between 3 and 6 weeks, just depending on how many are getting processed at the state of California. What you're gonna wanna do, take note, you're gonna wanna fill out that CalHR Form 1093, and you submit that along with your DD-214 and any service-connected disability paperwork that you may have to the address that's located right there on the screen. This is all available on the CalCareers website as well. What will happen is in a period of time, you get a memorandum back that says that you now have veterans preference and you're recognized by the state of California. That's imperative if you want to get a job with the state of California, because like I said, it puts you in a tier above everybody else and really sets you apart in your job or career search. Next slide, please. USA Jobs is where you go to find federal employment. So if you want a job at the VA hospital or any other federal organization, this is where you would go for that. They have a Veterans Preference Program as well. It's based on points. Two completely different things though. Next slide, please. The Veterans Preference Program through the federal government requires an SF-15 and your DD-214. More information can be found about that at usajobs.gov if you want to go check that out. Again, it's two completely different Veterans Preference Programs, one for the state and one for the federal government. Next slide. eBenefits is a site that we urge all veterans to have access to, because if you come to us looking for employment assistance, we're gonna ask if you have access to eBenefits. And the reason why is there's a bunch of forms and information that's on here that we're gonna need copies of. This is stuff that back in the day you would have to call the 1-800 number at the VA and probably wait on hold for an hour and then explain to somebody what you were looking for, and then hopefully they would snail mail it out to you and you would get it in a couple of weeks. Now it's at your fingertips and you have the ability to print it out or email it or do whatever you need to do with it. And it's relatively easy to register. Next slide. And next slide. That's the information required to register on eBenefits. It's all personal identifiable information that you should know about yourself. Next slide. This is what your dashboard looks like when you get in there. As you can see under popular items right there that says your VA letters. So there's a whole bunch of different resources that are there for you to print out. You know, you could need your VA disability letter, and you get to tailor it to whatever criteria that you want to put on that letter. So if you want the amount that you make per month, say you're going to rent an apartment or buy a house or something, and you need to prove your monthly income, you can have that put on there. If you don't want to put it on there and just have your disability percentage, you can elect to do that as well. There's a whole bunch of different resources in here. Like I said, I urge everybody to have access to this. Even if you're not interested in our program, it'll help you out down the line in some way, shape, or form. Next slide, please. Education benefits. So there's partner program benefits, short-term training opportunities through the partner programs at the AJCCs that I was talking about before. Just depending on what's going on, kind of governs what opportunities are available. So truck driver licenses, forklift driver licenses. When the census was a big thing, we had representatives from the U.S. Census in our offices trying to recruit people. We put a lot of veterans to work with the census for a short period of time. There's a whole lot of different opportunities that are available for employment and short-term training through the EDD and our partner organization. Of course, there's the Veteran Affairs programs, the Montgomery GI Bill, the Post-9/11 GI Bill, and the Chapter 31 Vocational Rehabilitation. And the work study program, if you're going to school using any of those Veterans Affairs programs, you qualify for the work study program. It's a part-time employment benefit that you get. You can work up to 25 hours a week, tax-free, at a place that does veteran-centric things. So the VA hospital has a lot of work study veterans that work there. I have several that work in my office. The EDD offices in Visalia and other places also have work study people. And we're always looking to bring work studies on. So if you're interested in that program, by all means, shoot me an email and I can point you in the right direction. Next slide, please. Resumes and interview, I'm not going to beat this up too much because a lot of people are touching on this with their briefings today. But it's a cool little graphic that shows kind of the trickle-down effect from 1,000 resumes that are used to apply for the same job. Out of 1,000, about 800 of them are eliminated right off the top using some sort of scanning software that a lot of private industry and federal government, local and federal government are using these days to scan resumes for different words, buzzwords, and keywords and phrases and what have you. If you don't have that in your resume, then you're going to be eliminated right off the top before anybody even takes a look at you person to person. And you see how it kind of trickles down all the way to the individual that they want to hire. Next slide, please. Resume is definitely not going to beat this up. This is the same resume in two different formats. It's actually my resume. The point of this slide is that there's different resume formats that are out there, and different employers like to see different resumes. Luckily, I'm in the know with the employers that I work with on a routine basis in the Central Valley. So I kind of know which resume format they prefer. So if there's a job that you're applying for, we might tweak your resume a little bit and put it into a different format to give you better chances of getting the position. Next slide. This is going to cycle through just so some of the differences here in the resume. Go ahead, next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Go ahead and go 3 slides. 2, 1 more. There you go. So what this shows, back 1, please. What this shows, it's a resume that I helped a veteran put together a while back. He had been incarcerated for about 10 years, so he didn't have, there was a lot of gaps in his employment. So you see, we didn't put a lot of dates and things like that to bring emphasis to that unemployment period of time in his life. He wanted to apply for this stalker position that was at a local grocery store, and that's Indeed. Those screenshots are taken straight off of Indeed. What we did in this situation was we went through and looked at some of the requirements or the essential functions of the job that he was applying for, took those, kind of twisted them around and included them right in his resume. So if you see about the 4th or 5th bubble down under Winco Foods, we talk about HACCP regulations, which is a essential function that we saw in the job posting itself. Just an example of how you can go through and kind of pull out different information to put in to your resume to make yourself more marketable. Next slide, please. Military language versus civilian language. You want to avoid jargon. We're used to, we're used to certain things that everybody in the in whatever MOS we came from probably knows like clockwork. Unfortunately, some of those terms aren't widely used in the civilian sector, so you want to be careful using jargon from the military in your resume and then in your job interviews as well. I always tell veterans, when you think your resume is good to go, take it and hand it off to somebody who's never been in the military before. And if they read through it and they have a question about something in there, whether it be a term or an acronym or something like that, just change it. Don't argue the point. Don't try to explain it to them. Just change it, because in a lot of situations, human resources people aren't going to know what that term or that acronym is either. And there's some examples there of some phrases that you want to avoid and kind of better translations for them. Next slide, please. Lastly, if you are going to reach out and require services or ask for services from us, job search assistance, you'll be case managed depending on your barriers to employment. What that means is that a case manager, probably Dave Garcia, will be reaching out and contacting you and gather some information. He will obtain your resume. Once he has your resume, we'll take a look at it and we will change it as necessary to help you get the best chance to make you as marketable as possible for the job that you want to apply for. Again, we specialize in state and federal jobs. Dave gets people jobs in the state and federal sector all the time. The VA hospital is hiring a lot of people right now in Fresno, so there's a special program for service-connected veterans to get employment there. And he's got probably 25 or 30 veterans employment at the VA hospital over the course of the last 2 or 3 months. So that's pretty impressive. We're also part of a bigger organization called the VEC, the Veterans Employment Committee, in each county. And what that does is it ties us in with a bunch of supportive services. So if there's something that you're looking for, we may not be the expert in it, but I can definitely point you in the direction of a point of contact who is the expert. There are some responsibilities on your end. When you are a case manager, you have to communicate with Dave and I. If we call you, please call us back. If we send you an email, please email us back. Have your voicemail set up on your phones as well while you're looking for a job. There's nothing more frustrating than when we call somebody and the voicemail is not set up. We will get you interviews, and with your resume, it is on you to provide us something with substance. So don't expect to be able to hand off a blank piece of paper and we turn around a pretty dynamic resume. If you give me about 2 or 3 pages worth of information based on the different things that you've done up until this point, we will turn you around a pretty quality product. I have my work studies working on resumes right now. They're pretty well versed in it. They do a pretty good job. And that should be it. If anybody has any questions, I'll stick around and can field them in the chat section. Thank you.
Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate that information. Very valuable. So make sure, everybody, that you contact Kyle if you have any information regarding the EDD or job search skills or resume writing information. Now we're going to turn it over to Elena, and she's with the WIN Center, and she's going to give you some information on career readiness. Can you hear Elena?
Thank you. My name is Elena Roscoe. I am the Career Readiness Technician at West Hills College, Lemoore. We're currently located in room 275 on campus. We're not fully open yet. However, we are doing appointments for services that you would need to come in for. Some of those services is a typing test. If you need a typing test, you need one done, we can most definitely accommodate you and get you in for an appointment to get a typing certificate. Or if you need interview clothes, we can help you with that too. So what we do before I start, well, I guess, can you do the next slide, Kurt? And can you press it like 3 times? Thank you. So the WIN Center, we are the Workforce Internship Networking Center. So what we do is we'll help you find a job, do a job application, a job search. If you need an internship, we help you with that. We have plenty of networking opportunities so that you can meet professionals in your field. And I'll talk about that more in the upcoming slides. If you need assistance with a resume, with interview prep, with career exploration, you can schedule a one-on-one via Zoom, and we can go over, any kind of assistance that you need. And again, I just mentioned the typing certificate. We have a couple computers set up. You can take the test as many times as you need to until you get the speed that you need, and then we will sign and certify a certificate for you. Okay, next slide. So I'm going to start off with career assessments. Can you do 3 more process? I should have took the animation off. I'm sorry about that. So here, what we do with the career assessments and exploration, there's a lot of students that just jump into college. Your parents are pressuring you to, like I do to my son, or you need to do something, and you don't really explore careers. So what we offer is career assessments and exploration. That way you can really look into a career and you can make sure that you're in the right field, and you're not wasting time in college or dropping out last minute because it's not the career that you wanted to do. For this, I actually have firsthand experience on it. When I first got out of high school, before I joined the military, I started a couple college programs. It wasn't for me. Joined the military, got out, and I did the same thing. I started a couple more, and it was just not what I wanted to do. If I would have taken the time to actually do career assessments and explore what careers I wanted and what was good for me, then I could have avoided a lot of that. And with schools, again, debt also comes, so that way you avoid that debt too. A couple resources that we offer. One is going to be eureka.org. Eureka.org has a variety of different assessments that you can take, and it's not only matching you with a career based on your likes, but it's also matching you with a career based on your personality type. So that's something to also consider when you're exploring a career. If you're, say, not a customer service person, you don't like dealing with the public, then, front office, receptionist, or anything like that would not be good for you. However, you have good communication skills, you have good verbal skills, so something in like the back office, an accountant or something where you're not dealing with the public would be great. And all these careers come out with the assessment test that you're taking. Eureka.org is not free, so if you're doing it on your own, you are going to come to where you have to pay. However, if you are interested in having an assessment or creating an account on Eureka.org, please reach out to me, and I'll get you the codes, because West Hills College does have an agreement with Eureka.org to where you can take it for free. You just need the proper code, and I can give that to you. ONETonline.org is another great resource. ONET Online has a profiler. It asks you 65 questions about your likes, and then again at the end you come up with a list of careers that best fits you. For the ONETonline.org, it makes it super easy to research careers, because you get your list, you just click on the careers, and you're going to get all the information that you need regarding that career. You get information on like the salary, the location, the skills you need for that field, the education. And the good thing about ONET.org is it's connected with the one-stop centers. So it automatically, like if you click on it, you'll get a list of job openings in the area that you're going to. ONETonline.org is within all of the United States, whereas Lemoore jobspeaker.com, our next resource, that gives you information on California only. It's the same thing. You can research careers, you get information on the skills needed, the education needed, the salary that you would get in that career. Lemoore.jobspeaker.com is also a platform that we use. It's similar to an Indeed. We have a bunch of different job postings. You have all the events for West Hills College Lemoore. It's all on JobSpeaker. You're also going to get information on openings, job openings within campus, off campus, around Lemoore, Fresno. So you kind of pick how far you want to expand your job search, and then you'll get job postings on that. You can also create a resume, upload it on there, look for work, events again. There's a lot of information on there. So I most definitely suggest that you would sign up with LemooreJobspeaker.com. Next slide, please. I think that one's through like 3 also. So job searching and application assistance. For a lot of people, looking for a job is a full-time job in itself, and it's hard and it gets frustrating creating, application after application, answering all the questions. So if you need assistance with that, or you don't know where to go to find a job, we can most definitely help you. We are always looking at jobs. I'm always looking for opportunities for our students. So reach out to me and I can help you with the online job search. And then the federal work studies also goes along with that online job search. The federal work studies is going to be for employment opportunities on campus. I'll let you know how to actually read a job posting, look for those buzzwords that the other presenters talked about, make sure that that's on your resume. The best way to apply for the jobs, and then learn how to make your application stand out. And one way is to complete it, fully complete that application, because that's what a lot of people don't do. They do add like the information, the important information, name, how to contact you, but they don't completely fill it out. So I can help you with that if you need assistance with that. Next slide, please. Resume and cover letter writing. We all talked about this. We'll help you with it. If you need assistance, I'll let you know how to properly format your resume for the job that you're looking for. And then if you need a cover letter for the job application, I can assist you with creating a cover letter. Again, I'm assisting you. I don't do it for you. So if you bring me your information, I'm not going to sit there and write it for you. However, I will help you. We'll do a one-on-one on Zoom, make sure that you have all the information needed and that you have a good resume to turn in. With the resumes, it's always easier to have a resume in advance and then you can just go ahead and get in there and kind of update it or make it work for the job posting that you're applying for, versus finding a job posting last minute, you know, it's due today, and then you're trying to scrounge around and make a resume from scratch. So it's always good to have something created. And again, if you need assistance with that, we can schedule a one-on-one via Zoom. Okay, next slide, please. Interview preparation. So for interviews, a lot of people don't practice for it, but if you want to AC interview, you do have to practice for it. There's a very little amount of people that can just walk in without no practice and just AC interview. I'm not one of them. I've bombed a bunch of different interviews because I wasn't prepared for them. I didn't practice. I didn't practice what I'm preaching and I didn't do good on the interview, and the employers know, they can tell. They know when a person is just nervous because they're, you know, they're being interviewed versus they didn't prepare for it at all. We'll help you with answering tough questions, researching the position and the company that you're applying for. We can schedule a mock interview via Zoom so they can gain some confidence and prepare for your interview. Next slide. So along with preparing and practicing for an interview, you're also going to have to dress for success. And the dressing for success, this is just a quick little picture of what it should look like when you're going to an interview. One is both of them, they have nice shoes on, the male and the female. Have a blazer if you can, hair done, tie for the males, and just look sharp. Interview clothing, however, is one of those items that you just wear a couple times. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to throw on a jacket or something for an interview the night before to find out it didn't fit. So I'm running to the stores trying to find another one. So with that being said, next slide, please. What we offer is an Eagle closet if you do need interview clothing. If it's not just for the students, you know, it could be for the community members. So if you do need an outfit, you can get up to 2. We have a variety of different sizes. We have very limited shoes, but there is a couple pairs of shoes there. And this is going to be one of those also that you do have to schedule an appointment to get on campus. So the appointments do have to be scheduled in advance. It's not like last minute kind of thing. And we would meet you once a week on a Wednesday. If the appointment's scheduled again, there's a process to get on campus. You do have to fill out some forms, make sure that you're not sick, you haven't been in contact with anybody, and then we can get that appointment scheduled. So I think it's like 2 more enters. Okay. Our workshops, career workshops, the WIN Center does offer a variety of different workshops for you. If you can just press enter, I think 2 more times, I think it's 2 more. So some of the topics on the workshops are going to be resume writing, acing an interview, career exploration, and we actually have a list of our fall workshops. In September, we have the last one coming up in September is going to be career exploration, and that's on the 25th of Friday at 12 p.m. So we'll kind of go through, again, the different resources that we offer, the eureka.org, just let you see what they look like, and if you need help navigating through them, we'll do that with you. October, we have ACE the online interview and preparing for a virtual job fair. A lot of the interviews and now the job fairs, everything's online now via Zoom or, you know, Google Meets or whatnot. So we'll help you with just giving you tips and reminders. Reminder would be like the background, make sure your background's nice, you don't have clutter out there. November, we have applying for seasonal positions. You know, Christmas is around the corner. They should be quite a bit of positions open. And also resume tips and tricks. So those are the upcoming workshops. If you don't, you know, if you're interested in one and you weren't able to attend, you can always find them recorded, and that's going to be on our website, the WIN Center on West Hills College Lemoore website. Okay, next slide. So biz chats and networking. For this one, networking, I just wanted to go ahead and take a minute and just let you know what the definition of networking is. It's a supportive system of sharing information and services among individuals and groups having a common interest. So for the networking and professional networking, your common interest would be the career that you're wanting to get into. Some of the benefits of networking would be to find a mentor, find someone to give you advice in the career that you're wanting to get into, someone that you can look up to. You also get information on new job opportunities. So you'd probably be the first to know, you'd get your foot in the door somewhere just by having a positive mentor and get new job positions before they're open to the public. And then you can gain a different perspective on your career. So with the degree that you're wanting to get into, there's probably so many different avenues that you can use that career in that you never even thought of. And if you have a good mentor and you're networking properly, you'll be able to see just different job openings, again, that you didn't think of that your career or your degree would play a field in. We have biz chats on Zoom, and they're online events. And the purpose of the biz chats is, again, to professional network. Some of them that's already passed, we had the hotel operations manager from the Tachi. He was out here on, well, he went through Zoom on September 3rd. And then there was a detective from Lemoore PD, gave us his information yesterday on the 15th. Every one of our partners have come in and, again, super easy to talk to and wanting to help. So they leave their contact information, their email. So if students have any kind of questions regarding their career, they'll most definitely let you know. Some of the biz chats that we have coming up is a postdoctoral researcher. This is in October, CSI business owner, and a physician's assistant. And then the last ones for the semester in November are going to be the industrial engineering and the script supervisor. So again, a lot of good networking, good professionals that you can reach out to and also see how they got to where they're at. LinkedIn, I went ahead and put LinkedIn on here because LinkedIn is a great way to network. For LinkedIn, it is social networking. It focuses on professional networking. Versus like Facebook or anything like that, where it's just like friends and family. This is professional networking. You can find jobs on LinkedIn. They have career development. They have an educational part of LinkedIn. You can get free trainings and studies. So something to look into. And being a student, you can actually get an upgrade on your LinkedIn for, I'm not sure if it's a couple months or if it's a year, but again, it's free. So we can give you that information if you're interested. Next slide, please. Mini job fairs, this is something new that we started doing this semester. We actually had, our job fair was supposed to be in May, and because of the COVID, we turned it into a virtual job fair. But we noticed that students were interested in just certain employers versus, all the employers that were on there. So we created these mini job fairs to focus on one employer that had several different positions in their field. Yesterday we had the Fleet and Family Readiness. They came out and talked about their open positions, the hiring process, disqualifiers for being able to work on base, on NAS Lemoore base. And they were focused on the MWR is morale, I think, welfare and welfare readiness, I believe, MWR. So they had all the recreation part. Oh, and recreation, not readiness, recreation. So all the recreation, they had positions with child development centers. They had management, maintenance. So a lot of different kind of positions she talked about. If you're interested in that one, there's also recording on that, and it should be up shortly. It's not up yet on our website, but it should be up. October, we have Amazon coming. And then in November, we have Joanne's Factory. They have, again, both of them have a lot of different positions that they're hiring for. Okay, if you can do next slide, please. Looking for an internship. So internships are very important. Internships get your foot in the door. You also gain different kind of skills, employability skills. So if you're interested in finding an internship, you can most definitely let us know and we can help you with that. It's also good resume food, it counts on your resume, employers look at that, and you gain professional networking, you find somebody in the career that you're interested in, and that can, again, let you know in their job openings. We had a really good success story. There was this one individual that she's getting her associate's degree, and she wanted to be a speech pathologist. We were able to find her an internship with the Tulare Office of Education. So she should be starting that shortly. She was very excited and thankful. So again, that internship is going to open up doors for her once she gets her degree. Okay, next slide, please. Our work experience classes, it's not too late to start. If you're not registered, they have late opening classes for work experience. You can earn anywhere from 1 to 8 transferable units per semester. If you're already working, you already have a job, then you can use that job and get your units per semester, the 1 to 8 per semester. The way that they're listed on the calendar, you'll see classes with the 015X. That right there, that code is for work experience. So you'll see it either specific to your career that you're wanting to get into, business, CSI, WE, and again, you see the W15X, or you can have the general work experience, which is the WE, that's general work experience. For general work experience, that is going to be up to 6 transferable units, whereas the occupational work experience, you can earn up to 8. So that's the difference between them. If you need more information on that, Amy Babs is the one that's in charge of that. Again, it's not too late to enter or to get signed up for the class. Just give her either an email or call her, and she can help you with that. Okay, next slide, please. The last slide that I have is the job training office. They are not on campus. They're actually in Hanford at 124 North Irwin. The reason why I wanted to include them on there is because they do have a lot of different resources, and they can help you with a resume, with interview prep, with job search, or with typing certificates. They also have typing certificates. I know that they're opening to the public, but I don't know if it's like by appointment, or I don't know how what their protocol is. But again, they do have a good resources. They have a program that is classroom training. So for classroom training, you do have to qualify for it. You have to be eligible, and there's different ways to be eligible for that. But for the classroom training, what they'll pay is they'll pay for your books, your supplies, your tuition. That you do have to be, again, eligible for the program, and also the school that you're wanting to get into or the program that you're wanting to get into has to be accepted by them. If it is, again, tuition, supplies, books. If you are in the youth program, so that's anywhere from 18 to 24, then they can even assist you, and you have kids, they'll assist you with childcare. They have also an on-the-job training program. On-the-job training, you also have to be eligible for. They will pay your employer half the wages for the first 3 months. So if you're looking for work, that's just an advantage that you would have on someone else. The way that it works is you are that employer's employee. You're not employed by the job training office. You're on their payroll. And what they do is you have to be full-time, and then they submit the invoice to the job training office, and then the job training office will pay them for half the wages. A good benefit of being eligible for on-the-job training is it can cover equipment if needed. So say you're a mechanic, you don't have tools, but tools are required to get a job, they can pay for some of the tools. If you need steel-toe boots, things like that, but it does have to be a requirement. So again, they're at 124 North Irwin. That's right across the street from Wells Fargo, and their phone number is 585-3532 if you're interested in that. Okay, next slide. I think that is it for me. So to contact us, could you do one more? And one more. So my phone number, 925-3388. There's also the West Hills website, and this is going to be where you'll find the recordings and all the different workshops that are coming up. And one more. And that's it for me. You can follow us on Facebook. We have Twitter, we have Instagram, and we also have TikTok. So you can follow us on the social media sites if you're interested. And that is
Thank you very much, Elena. We appreciate it. And if you're interested in any of those workshops or events, make sure you contact Elena at her information there, or go to their website. And now we're going to go to our virtual question and answer panel. And I don't see any questions in the chat. Danielle's been monitoring the chat for us to see if we have any questions. If you do have any questions at this time, please don't hesitate to type them in the chat, or you can use your raise hand function if you have a raise hand function on your, and we can answer your question and direct it to the subject matter expert related to your question. So Danielle, I don't see any other questions.
Yep, no questions thus far.
Okay, I'll advance. I'm going to leave the questions up for a while, and I'd like to give you, this is our information for all of those presenters here today. My information's there as well as Danielle's. Annette's is the link. Damon is on Work for Warriors, and EDD for Kyle Pennington and the Wind Center. If you have any of that information, please don't hesitate to call any one of us or contact us if you have any questions related to any of the presentation today. I'd also like to bring up some upcoming seminars and webinars that we have on our website related to these series. We have some on 9th today, and then also towards the end of the month for small business, starting a small business. And then there's also a vet success series, navigating the stressors of distance learning. There's a Better Building Mental Health webinar, and then, whoops, I apologize here. So please go to our website. I think Danielle's already put our webpage up there for any upcoming webinars. And with that being said, on behalf of everyone here at CalVet and the CalTAP team, including all of our presenters, I want to thank all of our presenters. Thank you all for your service. Thank you to all the attendees and for all of your service. And with that, I'd like to close. So please reach out to us. Here's our phone number and email as well. We will be more than happy to get back to you with any of the information we've presented. Thank you much for your service.